Hi, I'm Michael Kurosh. I live in Santa Barbara, California, one of the most beautiful places on earth. My design center is where people come to reimagine their homes and spaces. I work with the best designers, clients with broad tastes, and experts who navigate the fascinating world of design. I'm always excited to learn something new, and I never say no to a challenge. This is Design Santa Barbara. Welcome to Design Santa Barbara. I'm Michael Kurosh, and today we are in Santa Barbara Design Center celebrating our 20th season of Design Santa Barbara. Wow, it is 20 seasons. Who can believe that? We're gonna be sitting down with two of my most prolific designers. They have made my show much more colorful and enjoyable. Leesa and Goldmuntz and Susan Shand, and talk about their past projects. I'm looking forward to have them in many future projects, but let's sit down and see what they have to say. Please join us. Leesa, thank you for being on our show again. And this is the 20th season you're on our show, and I totally appreciate you being on it. And
thank you.
Over the years, we have seen designs change, evolve. Your projects have looked flourish, and you have done very well for yourself and for our community out here in Santa Barbara. And I would like to ask you about how do you see these designs have changed over the years? Maybe you can tell us a little bit about every project we have done. But let's go back to that Gray Avenue. It was 20 seasons ago, 12 or 13 years ago.
It was.
And you still look the same.
Well, we never change.
Well, knock on wood. And yeah, our viewers have seen you so many times on TV, and with pleasure having you again, please.
Thank you. I enjoy it. It's fun for me.
Well, thank you.
And it's fun for me to show people the insides of homes. And I think it's fun for the design community and the real estate community to have their things showcased.
Yes.
People are often very proud of their homes, as they should be. The first episode we did, it took us so long, and we were showing things from angles, and we were rolling out rugs, and we were trying to figure out how this would work. We've come a long way, don't you think?
Come a long way, yes. I don't sweat anymore. I don't bring my truck and park it there, Yeah, that was a time. Yeah.
Well, I think that the show has evolved, I think, the same way staging has, and certainly design too. Things come and go, trends come and go, and the things that we do in a timeless house like the one we're in today really never change. Good design, good furniture is always going to be good furniture. We've had some really interesting houses and some tricky houses. The Gray Avenue one was very industrial and in the funk zone, when the funk zone was still just
It was actually a funk zone.
in its infancy. And we used, if you'll remember in that episode, we used like yellows and some oranges and things that felt more industrial, because that was the space, and that also was very much trending at the time. We've seen trends come and go, and we've done gorgeous houses like the Stanford White House or the Padaro Lane House that have just so much history in town. The Dog House.
The Dog House, yes.
So much fun. So again, it goes back to design. It goes back to the things you carry in your store, the things that I have in my stock. Houses can't be schizophrenic. I don't like a schizophrenic house. And that being said, if the outside of your house is beautiful and has some gravitas, and the inside of your house doesn't match it, does that honor the house? Does it? It has to be you. It has to look like you, but it also needs to feel like you're honoring the house. And I think that's what we try to do. Certainly in staging, you make a house the highest and best thing it can be. When I have my design clients, my first question is not what do you like, but what do you not like?
Not like.
What do you not like? It's so much more important to narrow down things you do not want to see in your house than it is. Then I get to be creative and say, okay, if I know that people don't like these 5 things, I have these 95 things to play with. So how can I, as a designer, make them think about things they would have probably never even considered, but when I do a presentation, frequently it'll be like, oh my gosh, I never thought about that. And that's, for me, so much fun. And I think for any designer it is.
Oh, I can see you have fun. And over the years, we have seen the houses you represented. And you represent a lot of realtors that you've staged their houses. And actually, they do sell for more money than they were asking for it. We have seen that too. It is a very interesting concept. And again, going back to your staging job, which I think it's the main thing you do.
It's actually 50% of my business.
Yeah, and
it's 50-50 design.
You're
and staging.
very good at it, and the design projects. I mean, I've seen you do spectacular furniture. I have built for you, and I've seen it. It's out of the box. Very good.
So one of my favorite was the house on Padaro, that had not sold because it felt tired, and we painted it. It's a huge house. We painted it, and then we brought in, instead of heavy English furniture, we brought in light California-centric coastal furniture, and it absolutely transformed the way people thought about that house. It was a different house when we were done, and we hadn't changed a room size. We hadn't certainly changed the location, which was oceanfront and amazing. We just took a beautiful house that was very Tudor-inspired on the outside, and instead of having it slavishly Tudor on the inside, we made it California-centric, but when you walked in the house, you didn't feel like you were in a different house. It still honored the house, but it lightened up.
I remember that house vividly. It's just in my neighborhood, actually, and it's for sale again for twice the price.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
There's so many projects I've done with you. My brain doesn't work anymore that much. But anyway, the few I do remember very well, that was that Riven Rock house. It was the house in Burnhamwood, your own house, and pick the one you like. If you could
the one I like.
Pick some of the houses and explain about them.
I think both of our favorites was the house on Olive Mill Road.
Yes.
That was the old mill.
Yes,
it really was an old mill, and that's one of the fascinating things for me when I get to go in these houses. I just get so much history.
Yes.
That was the Olive Mill.
That was the
grist.
And that was our friend Maureen was presenting it. Yes.
And it was so much fun to do because the spaces were very interesting because it had not been a home. It had been a mill and a working factory. And
the famous actress used to own it, right?
Lena Horne.
Lena Horne, yes.
Lena Horne had owned it. Again, just so much history in Santa Barbara. It's fun. The challenge in that house was making those spaces feel like a home instead of an old mill. And I think that the people who had redone the kitchen and some of the rooms had accomplished that. It was our job then to make sure people saw that and understood the story.
I remember that house. Yes,
that was a good one. The one that you mentioned on Riven Rock, which had
that was
huge driveway. It was such a pretty house, and we have such great views in Santa Barbara. That had been one of those stories where it was being lived in, and the owners really didn't love the idea of staging, and we had to kind of strong arm them and talk them into it. And once we did, the house sold. That's what happens when sometimes houses that are on the market have too much of the people living in it, just visually. And I know it sounds a little woo-woo, but I think houses have energy. So houses know when they're ready to go or not. And I'm like a labor nurse. It's like, okay,
push it.
Now we're ready. So yeah, that one was particularly fun.
That was a beautiful house. And there was the other house we had in the Burnhamwood as well.
So pretty, and a new build. That was instead of an old house, this beautiful house that had been done.
I remember the gentleman's office had those old doors and a bar in it, wasn't it? Oh, yes.
Yeah, and so pretty, and opened onto the golf course. Huge soaring ceilings, and the bathrooms to die for. Just gorgeous, gorgeous.
All right, let's talk about your own home we had also.
And then my mid-century modern that took me 10 years to renovate because I was busy doing other people's houses that I finally got done.
How did they say the shoemakers' kids walk barefoot?
Are always barefoot.
Yeah, that's it.
We'll have an episode for my shoes too.
See, that's the reason you never do my house, because my house is always barefoot.
That was, of course, for me, a real labor of love.
Yes.
And what I did with that specific property was really honor the house. It was in 1957. LA architects who had only done 2 jobs in Santa Barbara. And I bought that house because I really, really wanted to make sure the house stood the test of time. And it was time for an upgrade. It was falling apart.
You saw the vision, actually, because I saw your old house you sold and you moved in there, and I go like, what? And then, but that you were correct.
People think I had lost my mind.
Yes, but that's beautiful. So the good news is we're going to also show your new home, hopefully in the next season.
Well, I should preface that by saying I have a very tolerant husband. And
God bless him. I love your husband. He's the nicest guy.
When I told him I had found a house, again, another house that just needed me, they need me, they find me, they need me. His comment to me was, please let me know when it's in escrow. I'm not even going to look up the address.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah. So we basically owned the house, and then I took him to see it.
Oh, that's so nice. So nice. Well, hopefully we will have her new house on the show next season.
It's not going to take 10 years.
No.
This
hopefully
one is not going to take 10 years.
You love the house, and it's a
and it
historic
has my
place.
whole heart. I am so excited, and it is 100 years old.
Beautiful. Leesa, thank you so very much for being part of our show for the last 20 seasons, and you make my show look better and more rich and the whole 9 yards, as you know how appreciative I am. I thank you very much. We looking forward to have you in many, many more shows coming up.
Thank you, Michael.
Oh, my pleasure always.
Santa Barbara Pizza House is your home for the best pizza in town. Embrace a symphony of flavors and textures with our pizzas. Drawing inspiration from both Chicago's deep dish legacy and Naples' artisanal heritage, our pizzas boast perfectly executed crusts, tantalizing sauces, and the finest mozzarella. Whether you're a seasoned pizza connoisseur or just looking for a delicious meal, our pizza here is sure to satisfy. Featuring specialty pizzas named after iconic Santa Barbara streets, our mouth-watering menu will have you coming back over and over again to try each new meal. We offer a full menu of salads, sides, sandwiches, and desserts. Santa Barbara Pizza House is conveniently located at 515 State Street in the heart of downtown Santa Barbara. Visit us online at sbpizzahouse.com or call and place your order at 805-637-7721. Santa Barbara Pizza House. You won't leave hungry.
Susan, this is our 20th season's 12th year we are on TV.
Michael, congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thanks to you.
That's huge.
You're one of our most favorite designers, and you surely have been beautifully presented, and you made my show look good.
Oh, thank you, Michael.
So very much.
I've enjoyed it.
Yes,
every
this
minute
is
of it.
190 some episode we are filming right now,
that's
which
wild.
is history. Well, thank God to my two
Wild.
designers like you and the crew I have. They're amazing. So this is retrospect. You remember the first time we had you on TV?
No, I don't.
I should not lie and say I don't either, but I have to say yes. So anyway.
Okay, but remind me so I can
It
talk
was a
about
modern home,
Okay.
and well, better to remind both of us. Let's
Okay.
look at what we did back then.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. Today on Design Santa Barbara, I got a call from Susan Shand. and she has a newlywed clients that are moving from Oregon to our beautiful paradise down here in Santa Barbara. They have bought a house that is on a dark side, and she wants to brighten it up with warm, rich cream colors, and she needs everything. They left their old behind, and they're starting a fresh new in Santa Barbara. So I'm gonna go up, see what she needs, and let's make this happen for Susan.
So Michael, this is the great room.
It echoes like an empty room.
Echo, echo. You can actually see that we've got a great palette here. What I've already done is I've changed the floors. They were very, very dark, and I painted the ceiling light to really give us a great big open feeling. But what do we do next?
I think we should start with the rug on the floor.
Oh, I love that. Okay. I want a very soft feeling. We're surrounded by the ocean. I want to bring the outside in. I want it to feel really organic. And I like creams, obviously. I like light. And I know you have beautiful furnishings that are light. And I want to add wood. So with regards to the rug, there's two.
I think we should bring both of them and try them in the room.
Wonderful. Let's go do it.
Let's go. We picked two different rugs, one being a flat woven modern look with geometric designs. The other one has a little bit plusher pile and has a traditional design, but yet updated colors.
Oh, these are great. It's coming together already.
I can see the guys put them both down. So which one do you like better for the room?
Oh, they're so beautiful. I love this one. I love them both, but I think with the fireplace coloring and the color of the floors and where we're going to be going with a creamier sofa and chairs, I think the touch of cream in this is absolutely beautiful. I think I'm going to choose this one. Beautiful.
I think it looks good.
I think that looks great. I think that looks great with the rug. It picks up the white stripe.
Very true. Picks it up and warms it up.
I love that. Okay, this is going to go right between our two swivels. That's lovely. Oh, Michael, tell us about this piece.
Well, this is an antique. It is a Zanzibar camel chest, they call it. They used to use this as luggage in the old days. That was amazing. It's just the fact that I remember it now, this is pretty amazing too. So we did your wonderful home just a few episodes after that.
That was fun. And that was fun because that was personal. And I had so much to say about that home. And I'm still living in that home, as you know.
Yes,
and
it's a wonderful home.
That'll be my home forever now, so.
I loved your cottage in the back. That was like, oh my goodness, that was so beautiful.
My little she shed where I can actually get work done.
And I moved so many rugs in that episode.
And I'm still enjoying all those rugs, by the way.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Well, let's look at it.
Okay.
Wow, Susan, I think we have a good color palette to start with. So, what do you want us today? Why we are here? Maybe you should tell the viewers a little bit about it.
You know that I'm an alcoholic, so that I can't keep my hands off homes. This is my third home in Santa Barbara that I've done this with. This one I hopefully will stay in because I love this home and I love the views here.
I have somehow my doubts about it.
But you could be right. But in the meantime, what happens to me in order to keep my frenzy fed is I need to change my house sometimes few months.
Oh my goodness.
And sometimes even weeks. If I get an inspiration, I see a pillow or something I love, then that comes in and then something else goes out.
Okay, so where do you want to start today?
So let's bring the rugs in, the ones I chose from your shop that I love, the Moroccan ones.
Yeah.
Because you know I have this angst, I need to go to Africa soon because everything in my home tends to be from Africa, so I saw those rugs and loved them.
Keep telling me you have a bucket list of going to Africa and I see everything African around. You should definitely go. Let's start with the rug though.
So I love these. This makes me happy and it's soft and it reminds me a little bit of my little Bichon doggy.
Oh, this is beautiful. You picked a good one. It's one of my best sellers. Surprisingly simple rug, but beautiful.
And this is a Moroccan, correct?
It's a Moroccan design. We make these by hand in northern India.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Susan, I love the new sofas you picked.
Thank you for these. These I love. I'll tell you why they're so important to me. First of all, they're comfort. Ultimate comfort, I feel. The color, this linen fabric that I can actually, you told me I can
Is it
take this
washable
off.
linen? Yes.
We drink a lot of wine and, you know, there's messes made. I've got a dog. And I like the height of the back on these. Now I add a lot of pillows to these that I got from you as well because I like the comfort of it, but the height.
We also made them a little bit deeper for you because your husband is tall.
Thank you, yes.
More comfort.
And this is where we live. In the winter time, we put the fire on in here, we sit here, play a game of Scrabble, and this
That is wonderful.
This is our spot, so I love these sofas.
I love your original coffee table. That's
Thank
actually
you.
a nice piece.
This is an old piece. You probably know better than I do where this came from, but I also think in a home you can constantly refinish wood. So if the wood's a different color and it's not working from you, scrape it down, recolor it, restain it, and you've got a different table.
It used to be an old door. You were asking about it. It used to be an old door. They put legs on it to
Oh,
make
you're
it to coffee
kidding
table.
me.
No, that's an old door. And
I like that
they're
better.
a little bit shorter people, so actually the door is not 6 feet 8 inches that we have here. It's like about 5.5 feet.
And that's why the little nubs and things.
The little bit
Oh,
nubs.
that's why. That's
used
what
to be
makes
an
it
outdoor.
interesting.
Yeah, that used to be an outdoor door.
So here's the other sofa. Now I wanted to stick, because it's a smaller room, I wanted to keep the consistency of two similar sofas. You can do different sofas, you can do chairs and sofas, but I do like the fact that I can fit 8 people around here, we can cozy in.
Oh yes. All right, so why don't we put the pillows on?
Pillows are important because the back without them would be hard. And I love these, Michael, because they're so soft and comfortable.
Thank you. Yeah, can we get the other pillows as well? That one goes in the middle. Yeah, here we go. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Yeah.
And I love this little furry one.
Oh, the fairy one? Yeah. This is a friend of mine, Mr. Joel Choron, makes them.
I love them. You have them in all sizes, and I just think they're so sweet.
Very good.
And I know that they were never. This was skin that was already.
Yeah, well, they are not taken just because of the skin. So these are repurposed again.
Okay, thank you. I feel good about that.
All right, that's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you, and it's
Wow.
comfortable. Let me
Look
go-
at that.
Look at this.
Check that out.
It's like, okay, you know? Okay, see, Michael, you can never have enough pillows. It's like like Seinfeld says, you know, it's pillows, pillows, pillows. You take them off in the morning, you put them back at night,
And take it again off.
take it again, but it makes it comfortable. So
All right.
necessary. So speaking of pillows, in this particular sofa, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I still like the monochromatic. I love this piece here. And then this is just a simple little cotton wool pillow and then a little feeling of France there.
That's beautiful.
Now you've got this nice monochromatic feeling against your lovely Moroccan rug. It matches the other one, but not exactly matchy-matchy.
I think it looks fabulous. Yeah, your house still looks wonderful and is warm, rich, and it is you. It's Shant design right there.
That's it.
And obviously, you remember that Montecito house we went with Alan?
Oh, how could I forget? That's,
Yes.
What a gorgeous.
He hired you twice and 3 times too, by the way. Yes.
I guess I have a repeat sort of habit going on here.
You're good. You're good. People
I
come
like
back.
them. I fall in love. We fall in love. It's a whole thing.
Yes. So let's look into that.
Okay. Hi, Michael.
Hello, Susan.
I'm so glad to see you.
So wonderful to see you.
This is going to be one of the funnest properties of all, because I'm going to take you first to this house that is owned by Alan Glasser. This is a 1930s George Washington Smith home. And then we're going to take you down the road, which is also part of his property, where from scratch with my team we've built a beautiful cottage that he's going to decide where he wants to live at the end of the day. So it's not done yet, but this one is really done, and you're going to see lots of fun Hollywood memorabilia because he's a Hollywood producer.
Oh my goodness, I'm excited.
So let's go meet Alan.
Love to see that.
Welcome, Michael.
This is classic.
Would you-
Beautiful piece.
1930s. Look at this agave.
It's ginormous.
That's how old and beautiful that is. And this is Alan's home. This is the George Washington Smith home we talked about.
Original.
Let's see if he's home.
Ooh, that was cool.
Nice bell.
Oh, there he is.
Hi, Alan. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Oh, well, first of all, I'll give you a hug. Can I give you a hug?
Absolutely.
And this is Michael. You know Michael.
Hello,
Hi,
Michael.
Michael.
Nice
Nice to
meeting
see
you.
you too.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having us in your beautiful home. I hear a
Please.
lot of good stuff about it.
Well, I hope.
It's a lot to show.
Absolutely.
Love
Come
to
on
see
in,
it.
please.
Lots to
Thank you.
show. Well, here we are. Alan, thank you so much for having us today.
Oh, my pleasure.
There's so much history in this house, and what we're going to do, as I said earlier, is to take them here first, and then let's surprise them with what we're doing down the road.
I'd love that. That would be great.
But we have lots of questions to ask. So, Michael,
I'm first of all breathtaking, beautiful items you have here.
Oh, thank you
Feels
very
like you've been
much.
to a museum, literally.
Well,
It's beautiful.
you know, this house kind of befits this kind of furniture. This is a George Washington Smith house built in 1930. And I think it's one of the last homes he ever built. It had such great bones, and what I loved about it is it had a connection to Montecito. I felt like I was living in Montecito when I walked into this house. So that was its big appeal for me. And most of the furnishings here are either from trips that we've taken or from a collection of my partner, who was an actor, and it's got a lot of great old Hollywood lineage to it.
like, tell us. I'm very
Yeah,
curious.
we'd
and
love
I
to see.
will,
Yes,
but I
please
will
tell
of
us about
these
the item.
Well, these two hall chairs were gifts from Rock Hudson
Oh my goodness.
here. When Tab was doing a movie in London, he bought that at a place called Woolsey Antiques.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, Jacobean there.
It's gorgeous.
This bench came from a good friend of Tab's. Her name was Joan Cohen Harvey. Her husband was Harry Cohen from Columbia Pictures. And she ultimately married Lawrence Harvey. And as a birthday gift, she gave this piece to Tab here. These horse brasses are all from Tab's collection because he was an equestrian as well as an actor. So he loved that. And the painting came from Cardi and Cardi Antiques in the Upper Village. They have wonderful things, and you know, what wasn't purchased outside of Montecito came from them in this house.
So obviously this is our 20th season and 12th year. I should not repeat ourselves. We can beat it in age, but it's the 12th year. And this season you have two houses, which this is one of them. Is the most wonderful modern home, and it's fabulous. I mean, I'm still in shock how beautiful this is. Beautiful. And we hope to have you for many more seasons to come.
Thank you, Michael. I look forward to it. It's been a joy.
It's been a joy for me.
been a
Thank
joy.
you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. The viewers enjoyed it even more.
Well, thank you.
I want to thank you, the viewers, for making our show a success, and this 20th season has meant a lot to us, and we appreciate you.